Hey guys, this is my 2007 BMW M6 E63 chassis with the V10 engine. And I'm just going to do a little walk around, talk about this car, what it's like to own it 16 years after it originally came out, what it's like to own it in 2023. And just kind of talk about some of the modifications I've done. So this is obviously a white with black wheel spec. Kind of got the Stormtrooper look going on in this one. I'll come back to the rear in just a moment here. But at the front here, start with some of the modifications I've done. So this is a 2007, it's a pre-LCI, but in 2008 they updated everything, the tail lights, the front turn signals. So I have the LCI front turn signals retrofitted to mine, which look a lot better, a lot more modern, just overall much cleaner look. And then the headlights are still the original pre-LCIs. They are smoked out, including the turn signals. However, I do plan to change the headlights to be the LCI ones as well pretty soon here. It gives the car a much better appearance. Then also on the front, the grills. The stock grills are normally chrome. These are the carbon fiber grills, which I think looks a lot better. Again, just kind of add to that Stormtrooper look. Don't mind my front emblem, that's very worn down. I'm going to be replacing that pretty soon here. And then coming back over here to the side, the emblems actually on the wheels right there. These are normally have a BMW badge on there, but the previous owner put these M badges there, which actually I think looks pretty cool. So got those. The side blades here, side badges. These are also blocked out. There's normally supposed to be an M sticker badge right there, but mine came off. But I'm gonna have to replace that later. This car is also lowered on H&R springs. So the car is about an inch lower all around, sitting on Extreme Continental Sports. The front wheels are 255, the rears are 285. This car stock is already pretty low with the springs. It sits very low to the ground. One thing I've always liked about these M6s is they have a very kind of low, sleek design with a sloping kind of rear end. Just gives it a very cool look, a very good presence on the road. The camera doesn't quite capture how low and wide these things are, but they look pretty damn good in person. Over here on the back, we have the V10 Bimmer license plate. Tail lights and turn signals are also LCI. And then blacked out M6 badge. Normally that badge is in chrome. I replaced it with the black one there. And then the exhaust here, this exhaust is not stock, it is modified. It's just a basic muffler delete. It's not, an Eisenman or a Meisterschaft. But literally just chopped off the rear mufflers, put these pipes in, and here are some sound clips. So that right there is really, I'd say, the #1 reason you buy one of these cars is because of the way it sounds. It's so unique. It screams, it sounds like an F1 car. You really don't hear engines like that, especially these days. They're much less common. And in my opinion, I think it's the best sounding car BMW ever made. And in terms of modifications, I think I've covered everything so far. Like I said, not too much, but I do have a lot more planned for this car, which eventually I'll upload more videos on. I have a carbon fiber front lip that's been sitting in my room for a while now. I need to get that put on. And I may do the carbon fiber rear diffuser as well. I really like this car too because you really don't see these often. They're extremely uncommon, honestly. I might see another M6 E63 generation, you know, once every handful of months. It definitely stands out. Not everyone's a huge fan of how this car looks. I think they look pretty cool. If you modify them a little bit, you can make them look a lot better. But definitely a unique BMW. It's always kind of had a more unique style and look to it than some of the other ones. So we'll take a look inside. The interior. So this is the brown merino leather interior. It's got this kind of cool black and brown two-tone look to it. And on the interior trim, we have the carbon fiber. Still looks very clean. Turn this car on real quick. This one only has 61,500 miles on it, so still pretty low. I have some light warnings on there because I'm in the middle of modifying parts of the headlight right now, so some warning messages. Even when this car is idling, it sounds just really cool. You can tell this thing has a really powerful engine underneath. Now, reliability is obviously a huge concern with these cars. These M6s and also the E60 M5s are notorious for rod bearing failure, and then the throttle actuators, the Vanos pump going out, and then potentially issues with the SMG transmission. I've had my rod bearings done very recently, just a couple hundred miles ago. Mine were actually pretty close to going out, and I got them done at 61,000. So I got pretty good timing with mine. 60,000 is, I think, usually where like you should start really looking into getting them done. I've seen people go as high as 100,000 miles on these though, plus on OEM bearings. It really just depends on how you take care of it. But this is one of those cars where you really kind of have to know what you're doing when you get it to make sure it doesn't blow up on you. As long as you do the preventative maintenance ahead of time, these will last a long time. They'll treat you very well. And when you consider, well, all things considered, you're still getting a naturally aspirated V10 car for less than, I mean, you can get these less than 30, 25K in decent condition. Even if you do the preventative maintenance, you know, you put a handful of $1,000s into that, you're still getting an extremely exotic engine. Whereas if you wanted to get that with pretty much any other car, any other NA V10 high revving V10 car, you're looking at 100 grand plus for like an Audi R8 or a Huracan. And then obviously, what else is there? The Lexus LFA and the Carrera GT, which I doubt most of us can afford one of those, which is why I think these cars are honestly a bargain. But I think what I'll do is I'll make another video going into more detail into the maintenance I've done, preventative maintenance, the cost of ownership, and I'll continue to do more videos going to some of the modifications that I continue to do to this car. But that is the E63 M6, guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.